A crimson smear stained my cheek, the same color as betrayal. Liliana, my wife of 10 years, staggered through the doorway, reeking of cheap tequila and something faintly floral. It wasn't her usual perfume. It was unfamiliar, and that made it worse. "Sorry I'm late, babe," she slurred, pressing a sloppy kiss to my cheek. "Girls' night got a little extended," she giggled, a sound that once warmed me but now chilled me to the bone. Something was deeply, horribly wrong. It wasn't the first time she'd come home late lately. She'd been brushing off my concerns with flimsy excuses, missed calls, hushed conversations, a sudden interest in her appearance, vague answers, nervous glances. I told myself I was being paranoid, but the weight in my gut grew heavier with every evaded question. That night, after she passed out on the bed, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I knew it was wrong, but suspicion had taken root. I picked it up. A text from a contact saved as Spa Day lit up the screen. "Last night was amazing. Miss you already. X." My hands trembled as I unlocked it. The messages went back for weeks. Secret meetups, passionate exchanges, whispered affections. Liliana. My thoughtful, funny, loving Liliana. She was having an affair. But the voicemails shattered me more than any text could. I pressed play. The first was a man's voice, smooth, confident. "Hey, beautiful.
Just thinking about you.
Can't wait to see you tomorrow." The second was hers, breathless.
Happy.
"Oh, Daniel, I can't stop thinking about you either. Being with you it's everything." Daniel. The name hit me like a hammer. I sat alone in the dark, clutching her phone, the life I knew crumbling around me. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I went numb. But under that numbness, something colder began to take shape. The next morning, she woke with a hangover and a flicker of unease. I handed her a mug of coffee, keeping my voice steady. "How was girls' night?" She sipped, not meeting my eyes.
Fun.
"Too much tequila." "Oh, I bet," I said, letting just the faintest edge into my tone. "Did you make it to the spa, too?" Her hand jerked. Coffee spilled onto the table.
What? What are you talking about?
Without a word, I pulled out her phone and pressed play on the second voicemail. Her voice filled the room, confessing to Daniel. She went pale. Her breath caught. "Who is Daniel?" I asked, my voice low and calm.
She tried to speak.
Stumbled on her words. But the truth was already there, written on her face. I can explain." "Explain what?" My voice cracked. "Explain how you could do this?"
To me?
To us. Over the days that followed, the rest unfolded like a bitter puzzle. Daniel was a colleague. They had met at a conference. Girls' Night had become her cover story, an alibi for nights stolen behind my back. She called it a mistake, a meaningless fling, but nothing about it felt accidental. My world collapsed, but beneath the rubble, something unyielding began to form. I wasn't going to let this define me. Not forever. But first I had to face him. It wasn't hard to find Daniel. Social media painted a clear picture. Charming, successful, a family man. One cold evening, I waited for him outside his office. When he saw me, he froze. "You're Liliana's husband." "That's right," I said. My voice calm.
Cold.
"We need to talk." I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I just told him everything I knew. Every text, every lie, every voicemail. I played them for him, one by one. The smugness drained from his face.
He stammered. Denied.
Then blamed her. I stared him down. "You destroyed my marriage," I said. "Now I'm going to destroy yours." I left him there, shaken and broken. I knew he had a wife, children, and I knew they'd be gone by the time the truth reached them. Revenge didn't feel good. It wasn't sweet, but it was justice, in its coldest form. The weeks that followed blurred together, lawyers, paperwork, splitting the life we'd built. Liliana cried,
pleaded,
begged me to forgive her. But I couldn't unsee the truth. Couldn't unhear her whispering another man's name with love. The divorce was finalized a few months later. She moved out. Her regret hung in every glance, every silence. I heard Daniel's wife left him too, took their kids. His reputation shattered. His future gone. But no joy came from their pain. Only emptiness. No one had won. I sold the house, our house, and started over. It wasn't easy. The silence was loud. The loneliness crushing. But I began to rebuild. I threw myself into work. Spent time with friends. Found new interests. Bit by bit, life returned to my veins. I learned to breathe again. Years passed. One afternoon, I saw Liliana at a coffee shop. She looked older.
Tired.
The light in her eyes had dimmed. We talked briefly, calmly. The past hung between us, heavy but no longer suffocating. She apologized. This time, I believed she meant it. And I forgave her. Not for her, but for me. Forgiveness isn't forgetting. It isn't acceptance. It's release. I let go of the weight I'd carried for too long. I chose freedom. The lipstick smear that once marked me with betrayal had long since faded. The pain dulled. The scars remained. But they were mine. A record of survival. A testament to strength. A promise to myself that I would love again. Better. Wiser. And that, I realized, was its own kind of triumph.